You know who has a really hard time signing players to good contracts?
Who's that?
The Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's dive in because you know what? They might be one of the better teams in the Canadian division this year, results wise. But
Next
you
to
know
Montreal.
what? Next to Montreal. And
But you know what?
the guys they signed have been working out.
Yeah, Joe Thornton really worked out. So good that he's on the IR. So
Yeah, that's shitty.
that's really good.
You know who's not on the IR?
You should.
You know who's not on the IR? Got a milk mustache up here.
Yeah, you got to give him credit.
Corey
though.
Perry isn't on the IR.
Yeah,
Well, he's not.
Yeah, exactly. You got to give him credit though. Like Wayne Simmons stepping in 2 big goals, or no, it's three goals in 3 straight
Three,
games.
yeah, and that front presence,
you got
like he looks
fucking-
strong out there. And all of us have been fans of Wayne
I
Simmons.
love Wayne Simmons.
Yeah.
I had him in fantasy hockey as a keeper for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Seriously, I had him when he was on Philly, and he did
Scoring 30.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything for me.
He's a
He was
beast.
great.
And then you got guys like Jimmy Vasey.
He's actually putting up points. I'll give it to them.
Points.
They've actually I was not confident that these moves would work out, but they seem to have worked out so far.
It's early.
It's early. And you know what? We don't need to talk kindly about the Leafs here because
So we're not gonna.
No. Their cap structure is an absolute mess.
Disaster.
It's a mess. Like, why would you bring in John Tavares when you're about to negotiate 2 of the biggest contracts in this franchise's history? And you go and give a guy 11 mil who's not part of your franchise.
Nylander was the downfall.
Yeah.
He set the tone for all of their contracts moving forward. He held out, they sold, and now everyone thinks that's their worth.
Yep.
So
And even if, like, now, Nylander's contract actually looks not bad, but the thing is, he got exactly what he wanted from that GM. So then the other players knew that, well, fuck, I'm just going to get exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get exactly what I want too. Seriously,
he took
like,
advantage of a young GM, and now everyone's doing it.
Yeah. And I would hope he's learned from his actions since, but the
He hasn't.
negotiation skills there on those contracts were bad. Like, I'd maybe give him Austin Matthews if they had him long term.
Yeah,
Like,
but he's gonna go to Arizona.
yeah.
So
You look at Connor McDavid, the highest paid player in the league. He signed an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
Austin Matthews is a special fucking player, but he signed a deal that brings him to unrestricted free agent status as the quickest possible. He gave them 1 year of unrestricted free agent status, and that's like 3-4 years away now, like 3 years away,
yeah, but you know what?
and he'll go wherever the fuck he wants.
Look at Nady Mack. Okay, Nady Mack signed a very, very friendly deal with Colorado.
Yeah.
He's well worth way more than that.
because
but
he's a kid.
But because he wants to win a cup, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna sign for this, and then build around me."
I was just about to chip in and say that. Yeah, that was a good point.
So now Toronto is in cap disaster. Okay, and they're gonna lose Matthews to Arizona at some point.
Yep.
He's gonna go home, and I'm so sick of the Matthews McDavid comparison. There is no comparison. McDavid is probably the best player in the entire NHL. McDavid is next level. So when you're talking about the Canadian divisions and McDavid versus Matthews, no,
Exactly.
it's not that at all. McDavid is next level. McDavid is literally what Crosby was when he came in the NHL.
The only player who you can put on the same pedestal as McDavid is Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Who, out of all these 3 players we're talking about right now, like,
What's he
we
make?
just
5
brought-
mil?
Yeah, he's the one on the team-friendly contract. He's the one with the best chance right now
And that's what,
to win a Stanley
That's
Cup.
what separates fucking franchises like the Leafs in Colorado is when you got guys that commit to that fucking to build that fucking
Internal
team.
cap structure where we're all a team. It's not about the individual. Crosby did it with the Penguins, and they can say it's all because
8.77.
yeah, they can say because he's superstitious, but at the end of the day, he still took a discount.
Yep.
McDavid did not take a discount. Matthews absolutely did not take a discount. He's going to walk as soon as he's available to. And then Mitch Marner, because Austin Matthews got that, he ended up wanting that too. And it's like, that's just a terrible mentality to have as a team, a terrible
So
way
then
for
you
a
have
GM
what?
to just,
Marner, Tavares, Matthews, and Nylander, that's all your money tied up.
It's like
In
almost
4
$40 million
players.
tied up in 4 guys.
And the guys that you want to support your 3 guys need to take discounts on behalf of them.
Yeah.
How's that okay? It's just
not.
No. Like,
And we've already seen it. They've lost solid depth because of that, paying those guys that kind of money. You look at Kapanen gone to Pittsburgh and Johansson gone to New Jersey, or Johansson. Like, that's some solid fucking top 9 depth on your team that you lost and replaced with, granted, guys that are actually producing right now, but
Who, like Spezza?
Spezza,
Simmons, yeah,
the Brody thing's working, but at the same time, like, Simmons is signed for 1 year. Thornton was signed for 1 year. It's just going to be a continuous fucking treadmill of guys coming in and out of this lineup. You're going to have to be altering it constantly. And, like, I don't agree with that type of build. And I just don't see how that type of team goes far in the playoffs. I don't.
Marner
You'll get through the regular season, but I don't know.
deserves better. He's actually really fun to watch. Mitch Marner is hockey IQ next level. I think Marner's a great hockey player. I think he's better than Matthews
And
worth every dime that they spent on Marner.
I'm glad you're bringing that up too, because there are a select few guys with the Leafs that I like. We've already said Wayne. I like Mitch Marner as a player. I'm big on Freddie Anderson, like Ducks. Like, he had a good solid stint with the Ducks. I mean, Joe Thornton now. It sucks that he's with the Leafs, and hopefully he doesn't win a cup, and he likely
Well,
won't.
he's not.
But,
He's
yeah.
on the IR. So he's on the IR team.
But yeah, Mitch Marner. It's right. Like, he's the closest thing this league's got to Patrick Kane.
Yeah. No, Mitch Marner's really fun to watch.
He just needs to shoot a little more, and he's a dynamic.
apparently his shot's quite fucking poop too.
Really?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Maybe
Mitch Marner's shot is poop.
Maybe he does not.
Yeah,
need to
no,
shoot
a
more.
lot. Yeah, a lot of Leaf fans that I talk to, like buddies that are, they just say you can't, like, you just can't shoot.
So why use it?
Yeah. That's why, I guess that's why it's so good.
Playmaking.
Yeah.
Head on in with the playmaking. But I
The
mean,
Leafs.
I even like Morgan Riley. To me, that's who should have been captain. I'm not a John Tavares fan whatsoever. I will say good things. Like, even though I don't like Austin Matthews, his kind of personality and his, like, peacocking out here, like, trying to be the center of attention.
Quadzilla.
Yeah. So, got to give him credit for that. But I don't like that side of him. But I can say that he's a really, really good hockey player. And I'll say good things about Mitch Marner. I'll say good things about the people Morgan Riley should have been captain, but John Tavares, I know he's Canadian. I do not have any good things to say about John Tavares. Other than that, he can put up some points and score some goals. But
On the bright side, after he left, the Islanders went further than the Leafs did.
Yeah.
So you have that going for you.
It's-
Tavares, good job.
Yeah, he won one playoff round with the Islanders, leaves, and now they're better without him. They've done just as much without him that they did with him. And the Leafs have, it's just, I don't know. I think he's not a good captain. I don't think he's a good leader. I don't know. And I'm not the type of person to shit on a guy, but I think it's not talked about enough that they picked the wrong guy. They bring in a guy who demands the absolute, they say he took a discount to come to Toronto. Give me a break. Like, as good as he is, like, I'm not sure he's worth that much money.
How long would Morgan Riley last, though, as the whipping boy, as they call it, for Toronto? Toronto media is brutal, just like Montreal.
Yeah.
And if Morgan Riley had to wear the captaincy, and then they keep getting eliminated first round, which I love
Yeah.
because they're dog shit. I don't care. I think it would drive Morgan Riley out of Toronto.
Yeah, you got to be able to handle that, eh?
Yeah.
Which
Oh, that
Tavares
media
has
And I
that.
guess you can give that to Tavares, yeah.
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Tavares has been a captain in the NHL before,
Yeah, that's fair.
and it's not fair to put on anyone. Toronto media, like, we locked out with Shea Weber.
Oh, big time.
Shea Weber, who's gonna tell Shea Weber he's dog shit? He'd probably just punch you in the face
Yeah.
and
just
be like, "Okay, bye."
that intimidating presence, and like his first press conference with the Habs, he's like, I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing the way I play.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the flashy stuff. I'm not PK Subban. I'm here to play my game. Just completely shuts it
and
down.
he shuts down journalists that ask him stupid questions.
Yeah.
That are like looking for clicks. Like he doesn't put up with shit from
Nothing.
like these post game, pre game interviews. And
Even
stuff.
I love this, and it ties right in with the Leafs because this is the big thing for me, and it's old school. But look at the return to play. How the Montreal Canadiens looked showing up to games. They looked professional. They looked like a team. They looked like a united unit.
You mean they didn't look like they were going surfing?
Yeah,
California?
exactly. They didn't look like teenagers. Like absolute joke. And credit that to the media, spinning all this stuff in Toronto. Players need to be able to express themselves, and why aren't we more like the NBA and whatever? And if you want to make that argument, fine. But this is hockey. There's no other team sport like this. Like, you need that unity. And I love to see Shea Weber, one of the first interviews he did when the media tried to stir that up in Montreal. And all he said was, we have team uniforms on the way from Lululemon. It's already taken care of. Boom. Shut down. We're not going to hear any more of it.
Yeah, but you know
And
what they
look
teach?
Yeah.
They teach that uniform shit from like Timbits hockey.
Yeah.
If you're traveling, you're in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are. Okay? You're not in surfer shorts in a fucking looking like you're in a fucking Beach Boys fucking music video. California girls, hey, what's up?
Look at me. Look at me. I want the attention. I got the most fashionable, trending
Yeah.
stuff
Got
on.
a bandana and a Speedo walking into the hockey arena. Like,
Yeah.
That's not professional.
No.
And literally, as you travel,
in a Speedo.
is what I would wear, so that's why I said it. But like even like in competitive hockey, when you're younger, if you're traveling, you have to wear a suit and tie.
Yeah.
It's just a thing. So then Toronto made an absolute joke of it. They look awful. They look like children.
Yeah. It's the truth.
It's literally like, you know what? I'm gonna dress myself today for the first time in fucking 18 years,
Yeah.
and this is what I'm picking.
I would absolutely plead and take advantage of the fact of any opportunity I can to look dapper as fuck in a tux, in a suit. There's so many options you have, especially if you're loaded with money to customize your suit, to wear a slick fucking old school wide brimmed hat or something like that. Like, mix it up with your socks, mix it up with your tie. Why are you going like out there wearing baggy shorts like you just roll out of bed and you're showing up to?
Because you're a sack of shit. It's the nicest way I can say it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, I don't
we all have faces for radio,
Yeah.
okay? And that means we're ugly, okay? Yes, I know. But like, okay, I guess. But I would kill to have a suit and rock it 24/7. No, seriously. I would wear it everywhere.
Just
Any chance I could, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna dress up for this.
Yeah. Rock just the slow-mo shot walking into the arena, like with your ear pods in. Like,
Oh yeah.
like not even looking
Just
at
rocking
the camera,
out to
just
Tom
fucking-
McDonald fucking in the earphones.
Starbucks in the right hand, right? Just fucking...
Yeah, anyway, and you know what? Speaking of pressure in Toronto and haven't needing that to be able to survive in that market, Freddie Anderson. This is the last year they have him signed and no cap space to bring in someone else. You might be able to find a good goaltender that has been good elsewhere, but good luck to them handling the pressure in Toronto. Anderson is top of the level elite. The poor defense he's had to deal with these last few years, he's still one of the best goaltenders in the league. Putting up the wins, putting up the stats, and then they shit on him for underperforming in the playoffs after they ride him like 60 games in the regular season. How backwards is that?
So who do you think is Toronto's like most valuable lost player in the last couple years?
And there's so many. Like, how do you lose?
Because
all
I
these
have
guys?
mine up here.
How do you lose all these guys for nothing?
Mine's up here.
Oh
The
man,
Leafs, who
Yeah.
have they lost in the last few years?
for nothing, right?
Just in general.
general?
Who's not on the team now that you think would benefit them today? I have mine all locked up and ready to go. I'm ready.
I hope I steal it. I hope I steal it. Right
if
from
you
ya.
do, I am just gonna cry.
I'm gonna go with Stanley Cup champion Tyler Bozak. at
That's
center.
who it is. That's literally my dude. That's my dude. Fantasy
That's what I was
hockey
gonna say,
yeah.
too. Tyler
face-off
Bozak.
magician
Yeah,
is the best thing I can say for him. I think him leaving Toronto And a shout out to Nazem Kadri.
Yeah.
I think them losing him was such a
another good-
loss.
And
Like,
the guy you got for Barry, who's now no longer part of that
Yeah,
team. It's
like
just asset
dog shit.
management,
Boom.
poop.
dog shit.
And it's like that's because they're in win now, like they're in
Yeah.
win now mode. It's like, well,
Well-
we haven't seen it because you're getting eliminated in the first round every year.
So here's a free trade loss you just get to have, and no one's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Another guy I think that I don't know, I think he walked, but JVR.
Yeah.
I think he was huge for them, just banging away pucks in front of the net. I think that was a big loss for them.
Him going back to Philly's hilarious because if you watch like the last couple years of Philly chirping Toronto, it was always Claude Giroux being like, "You fucking pigeon," and now they're teammates again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he went back there. So, but I think Tyler Bozak's one of the most underrated players in the NHL. I love Tyler Bozak. I had him in fantasy. He was great, great for fantasy hockey, and I think that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, I totally agree. But how do you lose that many guys in the span of just a few years, and be okay with that? I guess you maybe want to move on and try something different, but that's very questionable. I'm fucking baked after
So
that
am I.
tonight, dude.
That's why I put it out because I knew
Yeah.
straight up. He's like,